Welcome to Temple University. My name is Brian Maha. I'm one of our admissions counselors here at Temple. I've worked at Temple for just about 5 years, and I'm a proud alum, graduate of 2014.
My name is Faith Beadle. I also work here at Temple University. I've been working here for a little over 8 months, and I'm also a proud alum, class of 2019.
So Temple University is a large public research institution located right here in the heart of Philadelphia. We have about 29,000 undergraduate students and over 150 different programs of study. Outside of our main campus here from Philadelphia, we have campuses regionally and around the globe.
We house those 150 different programs in 12 different schools and colleges. In addition to that, we actually have a really large alumni network. We have over 149,000 alumni here in the city of Philadelphia and 330,000 worldwide.
And despite our size, we actually have really humble roots as a university. We were founded right here in North Philadelphia in 1884 by a man named Dr. Russell Conwell. Dr. Conwell was the leader of a Baptist temple, and one of the members of his congregation came up to him one day and said, "Dr. Conwell, I want a higher education, but I don't have the time nor the resources to go to school full time. What can I do?" Dr. Conwell said to him, "Come next week, I'll start tutoring you. We'll achieve this goal together." Well, that man showed up with a few friends, and that's how Temple University was started, as a night school in the basement of this Baptist temple.
We are so proud to continue Russell Conwell's vision by being able to provide a great education at an affordable price with access to all, including those in Philadelphia.
So through our time together, you'll learn a little bit about Temple University, academic opportunities, social life, of course, how to apply, and affordability.
So now that you know a little bit about us, let's jump into academic opportunities.
Temple's a pretty big school with about 29,000 undergraduate students and over 150 programs of study. And you might know exactly what you want to study, or you might have no idea, and that's perfectly okay. One of our most popular majors for incoming students is undecided, so you really have up to 2 years to officially declare your major. And that's one of the big benefits about going to a big school like Temple. There's a lot of academic flexibility to find that right major for you.
So Temple University is a large research institution that houses over 29,000 undergraduate students, which can seem like a lot, but we have a really small school feel with an average student to faculty ratio of 14:1. To give you a better idea of what that looks like on a day-to-day basis, that's an average class size of 29 students. So we really give our students the opportunity to get face time with their professors, a lot of one-on-one opportunities. Professors are required to have mandatory office hours, so if a student doesn't feel comfortable talking to a professor in the class, they can talk to the professor outside of the class. In addition to that, we want to make sure that our students are not only learning while they're in the classroom, but also outside the classroom. Philadelphia has a lot of rich history that we want our students to encounter. We have a general education program that every student that comes to Temple University has to take part in, and what that means for you is that in addition to your major classes, you're going to be taking classes in the sciences, in the maths, in the arts, and maybe a history class. So not only are you going to be learning about maybe chemistry, but you'll also be taking an art class, and maybe you'll have to go and see a performance down in Center City. So you'll be learning how to use the SEPTA system, in addition to being exposed to art scene here in Philadelphia. We really pride ourselves on being Philadelphia's public university, and we want to make sure that while students are here for their 4, 5, maybe 6 years, that they're getting all that there is to get in Philadelphia.
So now that you have the scoop on the academics here at the university,
let's talk about research. At Temple, research is a large part of our identity. We are known as an R1 research institution as part of the Carnegie classification. What that means for our students is that we are recruiting world-class researchers not only to use our facilities on campus, but to teach our students. What that means for our students is that they get first-hand knowledge from the discoveries that our researchers and professors make, but also they get to be inside those laboratories, getting that experience and making it a part of their resume. Something that's really interesting is that recently, Temple researchers, over the summer, eliminated HIV from a living genome, which is one of the first comprehensive steps to finding a cure for HIV.
And we've really had a banner few years here at the university in terms of undergraduate research. You may have heard of Hazim Hardiman before, who grew up right here in North Philadelphia, blocks from Temple University's campus, started off at the Community College of Philadelphia, transferred to Temple University, and now is the university's first Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University. Or maybe you've heard of Marcus Forrest, who was the first Goldwater Scholar here at the university, which is really the most prestigious STEM award that an undergraduate student can receive at a university. Marcus is now at Stanford University in a doctorate program.
In addition to that, I love to tell students that research doesn't have to be a white lab coat inside a laboratory with test tubes. You can do research in any one of our academic programs. We've had students that come here, major in art history, apply to our Diamond Research Scholars Program, and then they'll study abroad in Italy and do research on Italian music composition. So you can really dream big and do research in anything that you love. Now that you know something about research,
Let's learn a little bit about Temple around the globe. So a lot of people know Temple University as being the large public university in Philadelphia, and that's true. It's a huge part of our identity, but we're truly a global university. We have campuses regionally in Ambler, Pennsylvania, and around the globe in Rome and Tokyo. And these are tried and true Temple University campuses. So the cherry and white flags that you'll see on our campus, you're gonna see those in Rome and Tokyo as well. So that means all your classes are Temple classes, your faculty members are Temple faculty, your tuition stays the same, your scholarships, your financial aid come with you. So really the only thing that you're gonna pay for additionally is that plane ticket over there. But you might be sitting there and saying, Rome, Tokyo, I'm not really interested in those locations. And that is perfectly okay, because we have dozens and dozens of programs all over the world.
Temple is really committed to trying to get students anywhere that they want to go. So you can go to Spain, you can go to South America, you can go to Africa. While I was here at Temple, I studied abroad in Brazil for 6 weeks over the summer. And you can do that at any time in your program. You can do a semester, a year, or even just 6 weeks over the summer like I did. If students aren't really interested in going outside of the country, we also have wonderful study away programs where students can go to Washington, D.C. for a semester, or they can study away in LA, which is really fun. So no matter what a student is interested in, they can get a chance to get off of main campus and see something else.
So now that you know all about academics, research, and our global presence,
let's talk about internships, jobs, and how Temple prepares you for the real world. Not only do we care about what our students are going to do in their 4 years here, we care about what our students are going to do post-grad. Because of this, we have over 9,000 jobs and internships that we post to an internal job and internship board for our students to seize these opportunities and apply to those jobs and internships. In addition to that, we're proud to say that we have a large alumni network of over 330,000 alumni worldwide. In the city of Philadelphia, we have over 149,000 alumni. How cool is that? That means that when you go into an internship interview, a job interview, or even a networking event, somebody there has to have a Temple University degree, and now you have something to talk about together. Not only do we have these jobs and internships for our students, what's nice at Temple is that you don't have to wait to seize these opportunities. You can seize this opportunity at any time in your track here, be that the second semester of your freshman year or the second semester of your junior year. So we really encourage our students to go out, get those internships and jobs, and hopefully you'll have a job post-grad. Now it's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
how to apply, and how to get into Temple University.
When it comes to applying to Temple University, you're gonna have to make a couple different decisions. One of the first decisions you have to make is how you want to apply. There are 2 different ways to apply to Temple University, through either our Temple application or the Common application. We have no preference, do whatever is easiest for you. To have a complete application with us, you need 5 things. You're gonna need that initial application, you're gonna need your self-reported high school transcripts, your test scores or Temple option essay, your personal statement or college essay, and a $55 application fee or fee waiver. One of the next decisions you're gonna have to make is when you want to apply. We have 2 different admissions deadlines. Our first deadline is our early action deadline, which is November 1st. Early action is for the student that knows they want to apply to Temple University and they are ready early. So if you apply by November 1st, we will get you an admissions decision by January 10th. If you need a little bit more time, we have a secondary admissions deadline, our regular decision deadline, and that's February 1st. If you apply by February 1st, we will get you an admissions decision between 6 to 8 weeks after your application becomes complete. So I mentioned earlier that you need 5 things for a complete application, and one of those things is a self-reported high school transcript.
So no longer does your school counseling office need to send us an official copy of your high school transcript as part of the admissions review process. Instead, you're going to self-report that to us. And what this looks like, you're going to get an unofficial copy of your high school transcript from your counselor. You're going to log into what we call your TU portal account. Your TU portal account is going to be our main means of communicating with you through the entire process. So that's where you check the status of your application, get your admissions decision, shortly thereafter your official admission decision letter. Additionally, that's where you're going to self-report your high school transcript. And what you're going to do, you're going to input every class that you've taken your 9th through the end of your 11th grade year, the class, the level of the course, so whether it be college prep, honors, AP, IB, accelerated, something else, and then the final grade that you received in that course. Not the grade that you think you deserved, not the grade that you wanted, but the grade that you actually received. And then for your senior year, you're going to show those classes as in progress, and that's how we review your high school transcript. This is not an optional step, so please make sure that you check your TU portal for that next step.
So now that you have completed your application is going to come across my desk. One of the first things I'm going to take a look at when I look at an application is that GPA. Not only am I taking a look at that total GPA number, but I'm taking a look at the story of your transcript. Every transcript has a story. I'm looking for areas of consistency and areas of growth. So let's say English is your strongest subject. You are a rock star every single year. But in your 9th grade year, you struggled a little bit in math, but you bounced back your sophomore year, and now you're taking a harder class your junior year and into your senior year. There's an area of growth and an area of consistency. After that, I'm going to take a look if you submitted any of those standardized test scores. We superscore the SAT at Temple University. We do not superscore the ACT. Superscoring the SAT means that if you take the SAT multiple times, we are going to take the highest score from each section no matter when you took that test to give you the most competitive super score. For the ACT, we're just looking for the highest composite score.
We are a test optional university here at Temple. We have a program what we call the Temple Option, geared towards really high achieving academic students who do really well in the high school classroom, but for whatever reason in the world, your standardized test scores are just not an accurate reflection of your true academic abilities. So in place of submitting those SATs or ACT scores, you can apply with the Temple Option, where you answer 4 short response essays, completely self-reflective, and we use those in place of SATs or ACTs for admission, scholarship, as well as the honors program. So I won't discount you from the opportunities available to students who do apply with those standardized test scores.
With those questions, we are able to review you as if you submitted those standardized test scores, which means for you that you are not penalized in any way. You are reviewed exactly the same for admission, exactly the same for our honors program, and exactly the same for merit-based scholarships. After we take a look at your GPA and your transcript, those standardized test scores or Temple Option essays, we're going to take a look at that personal statement, put that all together, and get you an admissions decision. We do not require letters of recommendation at Temple, but you can submit up to 2. If you are going to submit letters of recommendation, make sure that they're people that really know who you are, that can speak to your academic maturity and ability in a classroom and how that would translate to Temple University.
Hey Faith, how are we going to pay for all of this?
Well, let's talk about costs, financial aid, and scholarships. So now that you've applied, you're probably wondering, how much does it cost to go to Temple? Here at Temple, we have something called differential tuition. So we mentioned earlier that we have 12 different schools and colleges, and each of those different schools and colleges have a different tuition rate. These tuition rates also depend on whether or not you're an in-state or out-of-state student. If you're a student that's interested in living on campus, we have 10 different residence halls, all with different price ranges. In addition, we have a variety of meal plans that have different costs as well. Now it's time to talk about something that I enjoy talking about with students, scholarships. So when you apply to Temple, you're immediately reviewed for one of our merit-based scholarships. These merit-based scholarships start at $1,000 and go all the way up to full tuition. Those merit-based scholarships depend on how academically competitive you are. So we'll be taking a look at that GPA, test scores, Temple Option essays to get a nice little idea of what type of merit-based scholarship we can offer you. If you're a transfer student, remember that scholarship consideration starts when your GPA is a 3.3 or higher, and those range from about $1,000 all the way up to $5,000. Temple does offer financial aid. To start that process, you're going to create an account with the free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA. This opens every year on October 1st. You're going to enter some information about you, and that information is going to be sent to Temple's Student Financial Services office. There, they will compile a package of any loans and grants that you're eligible for. Our priority filing deadline for the FAFSA is February 1st. But remember, filling things out earlier rather than later is always best.
Finally, we want to make sure that you're graduating in 4 years and doing that with as little debt as possible. So that's why we've created the Fly in 4 program here at Temple. Fly in 4 is an agreement between Temple University and our students that say if our students agree to meet with their advisor every semester, stay in good academic standing, register for courses on time, among some other stipulations, we as a university promise to give you the requisite resources that you need to graduate in 4 years. And if you don't graduate in 4 years, we're going to pay for any additional costs into a 5th year.
We started this program in 2014, and since then, our graduation rate has increased by 11%, which is astronomical in just 6 years. I would like to mention that a loophole to this is, let's say you change your major in your junior year from English to theater and you have extra classes, Temple is not going to pay for the extra classes that it takes to finish that major.
Through our scholarships and our financial aid and our Flying Forward program, you can see Temple's true commitment to affordability and accessibility. So as admissions counselors, we understand this process can be really overwhelming.
So here are some answers to some of the most frequently asked questions that we get.
How do you handle AP, IB, or transfer credits? If you've taken any AP courses and those exams, or the IB curriculum and those exams, send those official score reports to us. We'll do an official credit evaluation for you. If you've taken college level credits as a part of your high school curriculum, have that institution send us an official copy of your transcript. We'll also evaluate those credits. To get a sense of what's going to transfer, head to our website, admissions.temple.edu, and find our transfer equivalency tool.
Are first-year students guaranteed housing? First-year students are guaranteed housing as long as they make an admissions deposit and housing deposit by May 1st. Students can live on campus all 4 years, though housing is not guaranteed all 4 years.
Many students will opt to move off campus, especially in their upper class years. We have an entire office of off-campus housing, as well as a search tool on our housing website, housing.temple.edu, to help you find those different options. Does Temple have pre-professional health programs? Yes, Temple has pre-professional health programs. Those are housed through our Office of Pre-Professional Health Studies. And this is a great team of advisors that support our students who are interested in pursuing some of those pre-professional health programs, such as pre-med, pre-dental, pre-PT. And what they do, they give all the students the guidance and support that they need to prepare for those application processes.
It is important to note that pre-professional health programs at Temple are tracks. So you're majoring in whatever you like and being on a pre-professional health track.
Can you talk about campus safety? One of the top priorities here at Temple is to make sure that our students are feeling safe and well at all points in time. Our first priority, 1A, is to make sure that our students are getting a world-class education. 1B is to make sure that they feel safe and well. So with that said, our campus safety department provides an array of different resources and educational programs to make sure that our students have everything they need to feel safe at all points in time. We have academy-trained police officers. We have contracted security guards who patrol on and off campus, as well as the entry to all of our buildings on campus. Our campus safety department also operates a walking escort program, as well as an on-demand shuttle service, among many, many other resources.
What are the retention and graduation rates? For the 2018-2019 academic year, our retention rate is 89% and our 6-year graduation rate is 74%.
Can I change my major at Temple? Sure, Temple students can change their major. You really have up to 2 years to officially declare your major. Students will work closely with their academic advisors to find that right major for them so that they're really making the impact in the academic experience that they want to have.
Congratulations!
You've officially been admitted to Temple University. What's next? Well, the first step is to submit your deposit. Your tuition deposit is going to be $200, and if you're looking to stay on campus, that's going to be a $250 housing deposit.
After that, you're going to want to log into your TU portal and complete any pre-online orientation requirements and any placement assessments.
After that, you're going to want to send us any official final transcripts. We'll add that to your file, and if we need to do more credit evaluations, we'll do that. And after that, you're officially a Temple Owl. You'll start classes and join the Temple family.
Thanks for joining us.
We hope you had a lot of fun today here at Temple University. We sure did.
Feel free to check out our virtual tour, and we hope to see you on campus one day.
See ya!